Oh my God, the real estate deal has a cash on cash return of 25%. It's insane. You gotta jump. It's totally fake. So a lot of syndicators or real estate gurus will start advertising huge cash on cash returns in order to attract novice investor money. And it's just bad news everywhere. So, what is it? Why is it misleading? And what you should do instead. First, what is it? It is the annual before tax cash flow of an apartment or real estate divided by how much cash you invested into the deal. For example, $200,000 property, you put 20% down, that's 40 grand. You have to add in another 10 grand to fix up the property, closing costs, all that stuff, 50 grand all in. It makes $12,000 a year before expenses, $6,000 before tax. 6,000 divided by the 50 you put in, that is a 12% cash on cash return. If I see anything over 12%, I know that's a red flag. There is something wrong. First problem you bump into is that you're only looking at a portion of the return. Cash on cash return just focuses on the cash flow. So the total return is what is important. So you're looking at cash flow and appreciation. So you might have something that has a high cash on cash return, completely ignoring appreciation. If the property does not move in price or appreciation for 5, 10, 15 years, who cares? Two, it completely ignores the risk of leverage. Remember, you're only looking at the cash flow before tax based on how much money you put in. The smaller amount of money you put in means the more leverage you're using, the more debt, the more risk you're under. Scammers can just keep adding on debt to make your cash on cash return look better. I mean, if you're getting a 10% cash on cash return with a 20% down, imagine if you only put 1% down and you leverage the rest. Totally inappropriate. The third problem comes with just the definition of cash on cash return. It is the pre-tax cash flow. So something might have a higher cash on cash return, say 10%, and another one might have a 7% cash on cash return. But if the 7% property is located in a lower tax jurisdiction, that might be the better play. Fourth, it's not very appropriate for fix and flips. So cash on cash return is good if you're holding the property and looking to cash flow it. If you're looking to stabilize the property and sell it right away, you might get like a 0% cash on cash return, but you're selling it for huge upside. So the total return makes it worth it. Fifth, it relies on stable revenue, expenses, and cash flow year in and year out. That never happens when you're running rental real estate. You're going to have variability. So just to say that you're going to get a 15% cash on cash return forever and ever, that's completely misleading. You have one-time costs, capital expenditures, maintenance goes up and down. It's just not realistic. Six, it doesn't account for the risk inherent in the property. For example, you may have a huge 20% cash on cash return, but the property itself is in a sketchy neighborhood, high crime area. The number sounds good, but maybe something with an 8% cash on cash return in a safe, stable neighborhood might be better. So what should you use instead? Unfortunately, there's no shortcut for this. You're going to have to learn how to interpret financial statements. You're going to have to look at debt service coverage ratios. You have to look at net operating income, net operating yield. You have to understand all those terms and look at the complete picture of the rental and not just focus on giant numbers that gurus throw out for cash on cash return. Learn the lessons about rental real estate that these guys trying to get you into rental real estate are not telling you. Download my free newsletter linked off the bio. Good luck. Take care.